What's up, guys? I am on my way to Road to California. I don't know if I took you guys with me to Road to California last time, but that's where we're going. It is Thursday, January 20, maybe 3rd, I'm guessing. I don't know. And yes, I am not going to work today, I don't think. We'll see. We'll see how long I'm out here, because that's what's going to kind of tell me. But I have been watching the videos for Creativation. Now, it is my life's goal bucket list.
Turn right onto Interstate 105
so
East.
It is my life's goal to be able to go to Creativation. I want to go so badly, and I haven't figured out how to do it. And I see people, I'm like, dude, how are they there? Who do they know? I haven't found my people yet. I haven't found a company that will bring me along or will allow me to, I don't know, demo their product or whatever. But honestly, I just want to walk around on the showroom floor. Creativation, if you don't know, is a huge craft convention. It's where all of the big companies come and show you what they'll be bringing out for the year. So big companies like stamp companies, Ranger Ink, you know, Elmer's Glue, Krylon, Dremel, like all the companies. You name the companies, there, a lot of them are there. There are a couple that didn't go this year. I was really sad to see that Catherine Pooler didn't go, but maybe they didn't need to go. Maybe they've got some other stuff going on. I don't know. But it is my life's goal. I want to go so badly. I keep putting it out there and nothing happens. And it's around my birthday, which is January the 7th. So it's always like around January, which means I'm always off. I'm not always off for my birthday. That was not true. But it's around a time that I could actually go while I'm still in school, because I'm off usually around that time, blah, blah, blah. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. I hope one day a company will say, hey, we'll send you, or whatever. Whatever. I just want to go. And you can't get in if you are not, if you don't have a business of some sort, or wholesale or whatever. I don't know. I've got to figure out how to get there. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Okay, so moving on. What bothers me, it's just that people, well, I shouldn't say that. There are a couple of people who cover it, and when I say cover it, I mean they show you what's on the floor. There are people who are kind of media-esque Creativation people, and one company was like, oh, we're the official people for the thing, and they didn't even see a lot of the booths, and so I was disappointed, because the only way that I can find out what's happening is by watching YouTube videos of what's going on. And people kind of stick to what they like. I am not all into like the little cutesy papers and stuff, so if you're spending a lot of time in those booths, I'm not interested, and then I'm annoyed because the things that I really want to see, nobody is going to go see. Like, I want to see all the Rust-Oleum paints that are coming out. I want to see what new power tools are coming out. You know, I want to see all the things. I want to see knitting needles. I don't knit, but I want to see the knitting needles, and maybe that's because I don't follow on YouTube people who are interested in those things. Maybe I don't know. I want to go to Creativation so that I can see the stuff that I want to see. But let me tell you the things that I'm keeping my eye out for in 2020. So they come out with this stuff. They tell you it will be released at some point during the year. Some stuff like Tim Holtz. I kind of like what Ranger did this year. I don't know if they've done this before, but Tim Holtz did a release the week before Creativation. So we already knew the things that were coming out. We just hadn't seen him truly demo it in true Tim Holtz form. And because he's such a big wig, a lot of people cover Tim Holtz heavily. So every single person has 1 hour Creativation on Tim Holtz, and he's already showed us his product, but now he's demoing it, which is cool. I get it, but I kind of like the fact that the people could come with questions about the products that he's already shown. I like that. That was kind of cool. And it's very difficult to find some of these other products that I'm really excited about because they're not out yet. Nobody's talking about them yet. They just showed them at Creativation saying that they're coming soon. I hope this is making sense. But anyway, Tim Holtz came out with a couple of things I'm interested in, which is no surprise there. I am a huge Ranger fan. I own a ton of Ranger, Stampers Anonymous, that brand, the designers there, I like Dina Wakley. I'm in love with Diane Ridley, and I really like Tim Holtz, so big shocker there. Tim Holtz came out with some distressed glazes. So basically it's an embossing powder, but instead of it being opaque, it's a glaze, and it's in his color line. I love that Tim Holtz has 60 colors. I'm wondering if at some point they're going to add to that, but the 60 is good for me right now. I mean, we all have them. We can probably name them. We probably use them. We have our favorites in that line. So I'm assuming that, I think he dropped 12 glazes, maybe 12. He did some of his colors, and Tim always says, well, if you like it, let us know, because there's nothing guaranteeing saying that we're going to do the rest of the line in the colors, but they always do. I believe they always do. I can't think of one product that didn't come out in all the colors. Markers, crayons, ink pads, paints. Like, really, Tim? You just bring them out, you know, kind of quarterly or whatever. By the end of the year, you'll have the whole set. But anyway, distressed glazes, I like it. I like that they go along with the colors. I like that you can kind of see through them. They've got enough color in them for me to want to buy them, and not just do another glaze, because I have some glazes. There's some transparent colors, like something like that. I have some, but I think his are going to be better. I'm interested in that. What else did Tim Holtz bring out? He's got an embossing pen that I want. His embossing pens, he'll tell you they're nothing any more special than a regular Versamark pad or whatever. But he has a pen. There's one that's a brush tip, and then there's one that's a bullet point nib. Got to get those for sure. If you do any kind of heat embossing, go grab those. He also came out with an embossing dauber. So it's got the embossing ink in it, but it comes out in an actual dauber so that you can get a larger area faster. Really like that. Definitely going to pick that up. What else did he come out with? Oh, the alcohol inks. Alcohol inks are all the rage right now. And he came out with some new beautifully bright colors, and because of they're like my color story all day long. Beautiful bright rainbow. I mean, these are the brightest of the bright of the alcohol inks that he's releasing, and I'm really excited about those. I'm gonna get those. What else? I think I can get that stuff. I think that stuff is all shipping sooner. He came out with a couple of stamps that I'm interested in through his Stampers Anonymous line. I can't remember. Nothing is standing out like right off the top of my head, but I know that I wrote down probably at least 50% of whatever he released through Stampers Anonymous. I always buy his stamps. What else am I getting for sure from Tim Holtz? He's got some new glitter paper that takes alcohol ink. I think it's like Yupo, but it's on glitter, I think. Don't quote me on that, but he's got some new substrates. He's got that hard substrate, and I really want to make some coasters with that. What else do they have? They've rebranded some of that resin that they had in the jewelry line for now for Tim Holtz, so that you can resin or epoxy, not resin, so that you can epoxy over, it's a resin epoxy actually, over your stuff. What else is Tim? Oh, with the alcohol inks. You know, Jennifer McGuire has been doing these videos on alcohol inks, and she will grab a straw and blow in the straw, and Tim Holtz is like, don't do that. He says that when you blow into it, sometimes you will inhale, and you really don't want to be inhaling the fumes of this, and you really don't want your face all near your alcohol inks. I can see that. You know, it's dissipating. It's got a lot of stuff going on. So he came out with the blower. Now, you know, a lot of us, including myself, I will move my alcohol inks with that pen airbrush thing that goes with your distress markers. I will take it and be just it's like a blood pressure pump, but the nozzle is super fine, so it's kind of doing some funky stuff. He came out with something that you just squeeze and it blows a lot of ink, and that way you don't have to be trying to put your face down there with a straw and be blowing all over the place and be about to faint playing with alcohol inks, which is absolutely lovely. Gonna get that. I love Ranger. Like, I love Tim Holtz. They come out with, they are just always on the forefront of stuff. They are setting the tone. People will try to duplicate what they have, and I'm okay with that. I'm not saying that they've never taken an idea. I'm not going to talk about the stamp platform that has mysteriously disappeared. And I'm wondering if they will be able to bury the hatchet and they come out with a collaboration with Misty and the stamp platform. I don't know. I don't know if that bad blood has been boiled over. I don't know if there was bad blood. Well, yeah, I do, because there was a lawsuit. But anyway, Tim Holtz needs a stamp platform of some sort, and they just got rid of one, which makes me think they're trying to do something bigger and better, because you can no longer get his stamp platform. And what I did enjoy about his stamp platform is that you could get you could stamp anywhere on a 12 by 12 sheet of paper with it, because it had an open side. Now, moving on from Tim Holtz, Misty, the person whose platform I'm talking about right now, they have come out with a newer version. Now, their newer version has improved upon some of the things that Tim Holtz's platform improved upon, and that we were all ticked about. Not ticked about, it was just, we were not ticked off. There were just some things that we needed from the Misty that Tim Holtz got right with his Tim Holtz platform that Misty hadn't gotten right yet. That's all I'm saying. So Misty improved upon her design, and she now has a lip that overhangs so that you're not trying to use tape and you're not cutting your finger when you're trying to open and close the lid. There's now a place to put your bar magnet, which is perfect, because sometimes you'll be trying to stamp and you can't. And now their grooves where the ruler is actually embedded into the plastic instead of just being a sticker that lays on top. They're still the same sizes. In a perfect world, I'm just going to speak this, if I had my own stamp line, of course you guys know that I am anti-A2, you guys know how I like my cards, I would have a Misty that is 12 inches by like 9 inches. That would be the perfect Misty size for me. I just said it. Maybe my sweet petunia will say, hey, let's do a collab. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But Misty has a new Misty that's coming out. Now, a Misty platform is expensive, and that's one of the things that when the whole world knocked them off, because that is precisely what they did, was stole her design and turned it in different colors. I mean, they stole her design exactly. It was really bad for a moment. And that sucks, because I'm going to get knocked off the street by a truck. That sucks, because as creative people, we hate to see AliExpress and all them just knocking off our designs and stealing stuff that's not ours, and they just blatantly did her like that, and that was bad. But a Misty is expensive. It's expensive. It's like $75 for a small one. But when I tell you that is one of my most used tools, it is. You will get your money's worth out of it if you are a stamper. If you are a beginning stamper, I still say to get it, because it's going to make it so that you can get a decent impression. I am here for the Misty. I'm glad that they've improved upon the designs. They no longer have those hard edges. They now have a lip so that you can open and close it. And now, instead of it being a sticker ruler, it's actually embedded into the design, and they now have a bar magnet. They have a spot for you to hold your magnet when you're not using it. Go Misty, like, way to improve upon your design. Now, with that being said, Hero Arts also has a collaboration with Misty. They have the old version, but it's in all black. I do not like the color pink. That's not a secret. Don't like it. But a lot of these companies have pink things. You know, everything wants to come in pink. Why doesn't stuff just come in purple? Like, why you guys keep making stuff in pink? Nobody likes purple. It bothers me. So Hero Arts has the old design in black, and I started to get that simply because I saw it first, but then I saw that Misty redid it, so I'm going to have to settle for pink, but that's okay. I have a pink Misty now. I never changed the stickers on there because I thought it was going to be too difficult, and I might have gotten it off, and then my measurements would have been off, so I just left well enough alone. But Hero Arts has a collaboration with Misty with the old design, which I just wish they had the new design, because it's all black and it's beautiful, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Speaking of Hero Arts, they have a brand new landscape stamp set that I want. So it is one of those multi-stamp sets, which we love because you get dimension. It looks like you've done something more. You know, Alta Nu was on the forefront of that with the layering stamps, where you keep stamping stuff in different colors and you get more and more depth and dimension on whatever you're doing. And Hero Arts has some that look like landscapes, and they are gorgeous, and I want them all. I want to do farmhouse landscapes. Yes, love Hero Arts for that. That's something that I will absolutely be purchasing whenever they release. Also, they have new Peekaboo stamps. Now, you know that I'm anti-A2. It drives me insane that companies don't come off that A2 crap. Like, ugh, it just chaps my hide. It makes me upset. And it makes me think that I need to come out with my own stuff, but I don't know if anybody would buy it. But anyway, I want the Peekaboo. I want the Peekaboo sets. I want the Peekaboo die. There's probably a way for me to figure out how to make it go with what I like. Maybe. maybe I can figure out how to cut it twice, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want it. So the Peekaboo Set is basically a stamp set that has a background stamp set that has a design on it, and this die cuts into little holes, little squares that are not fully cut out, where they're little doors where you can open it, and it's got a little message behind it, and they are cute as heck. Like, oh, so cute. They have like some books, they have some hearts, they have a Christmas one, they have a Halloween one, and they just keep coming out with stamp sets that match that particular die so that you can open up these little windows and doors and have your messages behind. So now they have a 6x8 stamp set that includes the little messages behind. Before, you had to buy the die, the background stamp, and your little messages that you wanted to put in. Now they have a full set that has the little words and stuff that you can put behind them. And they are just cute as cute can be. Want them. So we talked about Hero Arts, we talked about Tim Holtz, his distress stuff. Let's go back and talk about some more Ranger. Let's talk about Diane Ridley, who I love. She is my favorite artist of all time. Whatever she drops, I purchase, period. Whatever it is, I purchase it. I probably have 90% of her stuff. And how many times have I used it?
Now keep left.
Buying and using your stuff are two different hobbies, and I have both. I am both. I buy things. I buy a lot of stuff, and I don't always use it, and I understand that that is not what other people can do all the time. Some folks can't do that, and they get annoyed by stuff like that. I will annoy you because I just purchase crap. I want to have it in case I do want to use it. That being said, Diane came out with four new stamp sets. I want them all. They are in her style. She's got some more toadstools. She's got some more bodies. She's come out with some her stamps I'm gonna get for sure. Now she has collage papers. What annoys me about this is that they're not already cut out. Why the heck do you want me to fussy cut? And Diane's not gonna do a die machine. She's always said that. She's like, I like to cut stuff. I don't like to cut stuff, Diane. It's not what we do. Fussy cutting is the F word in my house. We don't use that word. She's got these collage sheets, which is freaking great. Now we can collage stuff, but why are they not just thrown in a bag? Cut that crap out for me. I don't want to cut it. Do I have a brother scan and cut? I do. My husband bought me one a year ago, like 2 years, actually probably a year ago today. I've never taken it out of the box. I'm embarrassed. But I might need to take it out so that it can fussy cut this stuff for me, because I don't want to do it. I just don't understand why people do that. And then when they give you the freaking fussy cut stuff, like Diane has these cutouts that drive me insane because it has that white border on there. One of the only companies that I can think of that actually cuts their dies out on the line is Stampendous. And I don't understand why everybody thinks you want to have a white border with your crap floating everywhere. It just drives me insane. If I had a line that's something else I would not do. My stuff would cut on the line because it's how you want to use it anyway. Rant over. So Diane came out with some collage papers. What else? Oh, her ink, her paint. So Diane's paint came in this jar, and she liked the jar. It worked for her. I don't think anybody else really liked the jar. The paint was going, it was drying out too quickly. I didn't love the jars. I loved the colors until she came out with the pesto, melted chocolate, pomegranate seed. It never even really felt like a part of Diane's line to me. Diane is bright and funky, and then she dropped these muted colors that just like mashed peas, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it fit in the line. So she's discontinuing those colors, but she is getting rid of one of my favorite colors of hers, which is After Midnight. And I would love to start a petition that says don't get rid of that, because that was my favorite. That might be my favorite color in her line, but it didn't sell well. So she's getting rid of that, but she's changed the containers. So now they're flip top 1 ounce paints. That's cool. I'm here for it. It'll be easier to use with her gel plates. It'll be easier to use in the in her journals. I get it. It's just less though. It's not a 2 ounce bottle, it's a 1 ounce bottle. So hopefully it will retail for a little less. I think it does, but now we'll be able to use it. Why is this the bumpiest road in the world? I'm sorry guys. This is really not a watch video. This is more of a just listen to what I'm saying, because I'm bumping all around here. So Diane came out with that, and she's dropped some new stencils, and of course I want her stencils. I wish that Diane's stencils came with the name and the stencil design on them so that I knew which ones were hers and I could keep track better. I need to categorize my stencils. I am still in the process of sorting and organizing all of my stamps so that I know what I have. And I'm doing that through OneNote, and it's time consuming, and I do a little bit at a time, but I keep buying stuff, and who knows if I'll ever catch up and ever really know what I own. But with her stencils, I definitely would like to get the stencils that she's releasing too. They're really cute. So that's Diane. She's got paint, stamps, stencils coming out, and those collage sheets. I can't think of anything else that was super big that she's releasing off the top of my head. So now we've got Dina Wakely. I like Dina. I don't use enough of her stuff. Her paints are delicious. I love her acrylic paints. I love the colors that they are. I love her style. I am a fan of Dina Wakely. And I saw her have a true gangster moment at Creativation. And if I ever catch her, I cannot wait to tell her how much of a gangster she is, because I saw where she was going with something. And thank God she got cut off, because Dina was about to go in on somebody, and it was very funny to me. And it was caught on camera, which is hilarious, but hey, these things happen. Dina's a true gangster. But she's got some acrylic sprays, and they are not just an ink spray. It's truly acrylic paint that's spraying out. And I really like some of the techniques that you're able to achieve with them, and I love, again, her color story. And so I think she released 6 to 12 maybe. I forget how many, but whenever they come out, I want those for sure. Again, some of the techniques that she did was great. Because it's not a dye, it has different properties, and the layering that you can do with those acrylic sprays I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Excited about that. And she's released another journal. Her journal is one of the only journals that actually that's not true. Diane's journals I've actually worked in. In my mind, I'm such an art journaler, and I never pick up my art journal. I need to do better with that. And this year, I really want to start doing more mixed media, art journaling, getting dirty with it, as opposed to doing cards. But we'll see how I feel as we go forward. But Diane Ridley, Dina Wakely has those acrylic sprays. She just released a new journal, and it's navy blue as opposed to the black one that she had before. And it's pretty. It's still got the different types of cardstock and stuff in it. And I think that's all that Dina has come out with. Oh, Tim Holtz also has collage medium in a bottle that looks like glossy accents. Absolutely want that. Hands down, need it. Collage medium is the kind of glue that you want to use when you're gluing big heavy metal pieces or something like that, when you are collaging or doing a canvas or doing mixed media art. It used to come differently, and I'm glad that they put it now in this bottle. That's perfect. They fix stuff. Ranger will come out with something and be like, this is not effective, this is not usable like this, we need to change it. And Ranger will change it like that. They have a machine behind them, and they are innovative in ways that just make me very happy. I am really into their products and their brand. Wendy Vecchi came out with a small stamp art station. I really like the stamp art station. In theory and execution, I don't use it as much as I probably should or could, but so now there's a little one. That's cool. Do I need it? No. Do I feel an urge to get it? No. But if you guys like that stamp art station, that's what they call it, stamp art station, you guys might want to check out the little one. And then I think she came out with some stamps and stuff too. Good for her. There's some new archival ink that came out. That's nice. But really, the only archival ink that most people use is going to be black, maybe brown. The other ones, buy them in the minis. What else came out? Who else is, Dress My Craft was something else that I saw. Dress My Craft has somebody called it, I think that's Ted called it, some adult shrink inks. And basically it's kind of what it is. It is what it is. It's basically shrink plastic that you can cut, color with whatever medium you want. It takes pretty much any medium. On one of the sides, they have a glossy side and a frosted side. And you cut it out, and then you heat it up with your heat gun, and it shrinks down probably about 40% of the size. And the woman at Dress My Craft was able to kind of mold it and make it into flowers and stuff, and she did some beautiful jewelry with it. And I'd like to play with it. I'd like to make some of those. They look like resin when it's finished. But basically it's plastic that you've molded and glued together, and then you've made some flowers and stuff like that. Again, it's Dress My Craft. Dress My Craft also has ceramic tweezers that I want. What ceramic tweezers do is allow you to not burn yourself if you are doing something like the shrink plastic. With those metal tweezers that we all have, if you're heating up something, you know that the metal gets hot also and you mess around and burn yourself. These have a ceramic tip on the top, so you don't have to worry about that. I have some that have a heat-resistant coating on them, that's silicone, that, you know, I use, but those would be cool to have too. Dress My Craft also has this paper that when you wet it and mold it, it's almost like concrete when it dries. And I'd like to play with that, with doing some three-dimensional flowers and stuff. Dress My Craft also has a ton of paper collections that are kind of cool. I can't purchase paper anymore. You know, we've been through that, where I have all of these stupid pads and it's just too much, not doing it. But they do have some that had me actually want to look for them. And I did. I looked and I saw and I wondered, and I thought about it. So they're definitely worth checking out. Paper. I just said I can't buy paper, but if your name or your brand is Graphic 45, you always will have a place in my heart. Graphic 45 papers are amazing, and Graphic 45 has really started to be a little bit more inclusive in the sense that they have black people on their papers. So they'll have like a mixture of ethnicities on their papers, and I'm excited about that because their fashion line definitely has some darker skinned women on there, and that makes me very, very happy that they're trying to be inclusive. Like when you look at Tim Holtz collage things, like it's just a bunch of white people, and that's cool, you know, hey, but where are we at? Where are we? We'd like to have some stuff too, so, or be included in there too every now and then. And she's done that, and so I definitely want to get the fashion paper, and I'm absolutely buying this bluefish paper. There is a guy by the name of the Gentleman Crafter. I don't know how to consistently see him and find him, but he is the best three-dimensional paper crafter, bar none. He's amazing. He's an amazing artist. And he did a sample for the company Graphic 45 because their papers are dope and they are a match made in heaven. I like when he does stuff with Dilutions too, with Diane Ridley's line. All that to say, he built, I think it's an album. It is a mini album. It's a mini album, but it has a holder, and it is a, how do I explain it? It's a carriage. It's a carriage that looks like it goes underwater. No, it looks like King Triton from Little Mermaid's carriage, and then the back of it is a shell. I'm not doing this properly. When you see it, you'll be like, okay, she did describe it, but I'm not describing it properly. Let me just tell you, go to Graphic 45 and check out their booth. See if somebody has a Creativation booth tour of Graphic 45. I will probably at some point link some of the videos that I think you guys should watch down below. But the bluefish paper is beautiful, and their fashion design paper is beautiful, along with all the rest of the papers that they've ever made. They make excellent papers. They have nailed it. They are on the forefront of paper design, period. So I want those two collections. I want the ephemera. I want everything that goes with it. And I'm going to make something, but I don't know what it is. So I need to come up with something before I buy it. What else? We've talked about Misty. Oh, there's some things that have been out on the market that I just wasn't privy to. I didn't know. There's something called Fast Cure Clay. Fast Cure Clay is clay that cures quickly, but you can do it with your heat tool. So basically, you can leave the clay out. It won't get hard until you heat it up, which allows you to do elements at different times. So I can start the center of the flower, cure that, and then go on ahead and start adding to it and cure that, and just keep going and keep going and keep going and building. And I hate that I hadn't seen that before because, believe it or not, I play with clay from time to time, and that would be really awesome when you're talking about your molds for Finnabair or whatever your silicone molds are. I want to start using Finnabair products. I've always been drawn to them, but I haven't, excuse me, I don't think I own any Finnabair. I own like a spatula or something, but I don't actually own her products. She's somebody else that I want to start using for sure. She has some alchemy waxes that are coming out that are matte. I want to go buy the ones that are not matte. I've looked at the colors that I want. I want to start playing with more mixed media stuff. So I'm going to start my Finnabair collection. She has some new, the new waxes have come out. I'm just now being introduced to really all of her molds. Now, when you're doing mixed media and you see a really
incoming call,
mixed
press
media,
new connect phone button to answer.
When you see a really
call
good
rejected.
Mixed media, when you see a really good mixed media piece, it usually has like 50 things on it. You know, you'll see a heart, you'll see a frame, you'll see some beads, you'll see a chain. Like, who's gonna purchase all of that to put on this product? And it gets super expensive. With molds, you can make your own embellishments, and that's kind of where I'm going with that. I can't be buying all the ideology, all the Finnabair, all the things. Like, that's just not gonna work. So I want to buy the molds and make my own embellishments and then stack them all on the piece and then, you know, be okay with that. Some people are really good with found objects in their house and stuff like that, and I just don't have a lot of found objects. If it looks like junk or trash, I just throw it away. So that's why I probably struggle with mixed media, because I don't have a lot of the mixed to go in the media. Finnabair, new waxes, they're matte waxes. I'd like to try that. I'd like to try some of her molds. I don't know if she came out with any new molds. She's under Prima. Prima has some new Julie netting stuff that's coming out. What else? Something else Finnabair had that I wanted to, oh no. There is a quick cure resin. That's been out on the market. You can get it on Amazon Prime by Illuminate. And 10 minutes and you've got a hard resin cast. Technically you're casting it. I think it's cast. So you can make your own, another way to make your own embellishments. So the quick cure resin and the heat cure clay, I want to try both of those. And I think those have both been out on the market and I just have missed it, but I'm glad that I saw it this year. Again, Deco Art has tons of different paint finishes that have come out, which is cool. Krylon has some new spray paints that have come out. And I can't think of anything else to tell you guys, but I will drop a couple of videos down at the bottom that I think you guys should see because they're just freaking awesome. And also, if you want to really get a good idea of what Creativation is, go to Scrap Time Videos, who really did the best, I think, of grabbing the videos super fast and uploading them. Karen Tamir did a great job too, so maybe I'll put a couple of her videos below so you guys can just see and maybe go out and explore your own Creativation things that are brands that you guys want to see going forward. I did all that stuff off the top of my head and I can't think of anything else that I really need to tell you guys. I think that the concept of the Stamping Village is interesting, which is a bunch of companies that have come together, and they're companies that I know and love. Oh, Rena K has some Electro Pop ink pads, neon, bought them. Go get those. They've already been out, but they've come out with some new embellishments that go along with that line that I want also, so I have to wait for those to come out. All that to say, Gina K Designs is part of the Stamping Village. Is Lawn Fawn? I don't want to say Lawn Fawn is part of the Stamping Village. Altenew is part of the Stamping Village. Oh, Concord and Ninth. Of Concord and Ninth. They have a really cool stamp set that's circular that does the infinity circle. Not a new concept, but they've improved upon it and they've made it easier, and I think they'll be building upon that going forward, so I'd like to get with it. I'll be able to just grab the stamp set as opposed to having to buy the whole kit. I don't love the stamp set that comes with it currently, but I know going forward they're just going to have more stuff that builds with that. I know they will. Concord and Ninth, love them. They just dropped some inks. You know me, my ink collection is Altenew, Catherine Pooler, and Tim Holtz. I can't just keep buying a ton of stamps, inks, blah, blah, blah. But they have a very like spa-esque, muted Concord and Ninth. The colors that they came out with are perfect for their brand. Go with Greg, like, get it, y'all. Go, y'all. Altenew has some, I want every single thing Altenew makes. I just always do. They just are for me. So I'll be getting that, and the Stamping Village concept. They all came together and had like basically one big booth, and everybody got a chance to shine. And the big wigs, Jennifer McGuire, Kristen Werner, Jeff, I like Jeff, I forget his, Jeff is a trip, Jeff Lindbergh, hilarious. They all came together and they were all hanging out in the same spot, which is cool. You get to see all your big wigs there together. They're all friends, and instead of competing, they are encouraging and supporting one another, and it's beautiful to see. So go Stamping Village, go you guys. I liked it. Yeah, if I think of anything else, I'll pop on and tell you guys, but right now I'm on my way to Road to California, which is a quilt convention. It's kind of like what Creativation is, kind of, not really. It's more of a come take classes and a ton of booths where you can actually buy stuff. You can't buy stuff at Creativation. And I'm excited to see what quilts have gotten into the show and who won first place and all that. So if you guys want to follow along with me there, hop onto my Instagram, because I'm sure I'll be doing some, I don't know if I'll be doing lives because I don't know what the reception is like, but I'll certainly be posting pictures and stuff of what's going on. All right. And I will talk to you guys later. If you guys have hung out with me for 40 minutes, you guys don't have anything else to do. But like I always say, watch me on double time, because it goes faster. But thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you're looking forward to from Creativation going forward. All right, guys. Bye-bye.